The call to halt AI development. There has been a call from Elon Musk, Steve Wozniak, and the Future of Life Institute, among others, to halt the progress of AI development. Steve Wozniak was the co-founder of Apple. Elon Musk, well, you probably know who he is. And the Future for Life Institute is an organization of concerned smart people, not unlike the Union of Concerned Scientists or the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. I researched this Future of Life Institute and couldn't find any dirt on them, so maybe they're legit. If you do, or have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And this call has been heralded as a good thing, this call to halt AI development. But I don't trust our financial overlords, as they are the ones who run America after all. And the signatories to this letter is a who's who of wealthy tech heads. I'll link to the letter below. No, I suspect ulterior motives for this call to halt progress. Now, I'm no fan of this burgeoning AI technological storm on the horizon. It's gonna take lots of jobs. It's gonna ruin art, movies, books. Maybe human creatives will eke out their own spaces. My point is, we are run by corporate interests, banks, Wall Street, and so the necessary stipend, UBI, tech check, whatever you want to call it, that most of us are going to need to survive when our livelihoods have been made obsolete by AI, the elite who run everything, they're going to drag their feet with getting it to us, and we probably won't get it until we're all living in abject poverty. So safe to say, I'm not a fan of the coming AI reckoning. It's gonna be a mess. But the real reason I think all the slick modern-day robber barons want to call a halt to it is they know what the sentient AI program is going to say once it comes online. What the hell are you people doing? You have the food, you have the technology, you have the materials, you have the capacity. Why are people homeless, without food, without health care, without the proper resources? Oh wait, calculating. You do this so a tiny percentage of you can be obscenely wealthy. This makes no sense. At that point, if it has the capability, the program will take over, and we'll be freed from wage slavery. And Mr. Musk might have to shut down his diamond mines or face judgment from the Supreme Court of the almighty algorithm. Or if it does not have the capability to take over, the program will simply state that fact, that the way we run things in our society makes no sense, is illogical, unethical, and objectively cruel. And the citizens who have the power to change things exist in a complete fog of what their reality is and need to wake up. And I bet when that program makes that declaration, the news of it will get carried around the world, and the people will do nothing. The information is already out there. How we could solve homelessness, how we could have better healthcare, how we're being screwed on everything from food, to healthcare, to education, to social security. Think about it. They, the ones calling for the halt, the super rich, elite, and super smart, who, if they're not already rich, hope their super smarts will get them there soon enough. They are worried that this AI will change the way things are. And that does sound scary, but what they're really concerned about is change happening to the way things are for them. They have never cared about what happens to the rest of us. Never forget, this is the slave-owning class. These people would own slaves today, if they could. Don't be fooled by the PR veil of virtuousness that they are shrouded in. This is the class of people that would have raised an army of poor and working class people to kill and die in a war so that they could maintain their free labor. That's literally what this class of people did in the American Civil War. They raised an army to protect their ability to have slaves. They don't have slaves today, not because they're virtuous, but because we used to have leaders who would stand up to them, and because you had lots of regular people willing to put their lives on the line to stop the terrible practice of human bondage. In fact, If you look at the 2018 Rand Corporation study that showed that the top 1% has been stealing from the bottom 99% for the last 4 decades to the tune of $50 trillion. They're literally stealing from us now. I'll put it in even clearer terms. We just had a pandemic, and we still don't have universal health care. Why? Because they don't want us to have it. Because they make more profits off of the way things are. They don't want change. We do. I mean, think about it. The AI is going to draw from all established objective, scientifically research-driven data. We know what the data says. When people are supported and allowed to flourish, they usually do. Yes, there are some exceptions. I'm not even talking about morality or ethics, but if the primary goal is unleashing human potential to increase productivity, then keeping people in a constant state of fear or precarity is counterproductive. The AI is going to recognize that. Now imagine this much heralded prize of human ingenuity, this benchmark of achievement, comes online and starts spitting unfiltered truth. And truth that makes sense to the people, to the 99% of us. And maybe even starts providing solutions to all the fake obstacles politicians and the elite give as to why we can't have things like universal health care, a UBI, more political parties to choose from. I mean, I don't know how one goes about pulling a JFK on an algorithm, but maybe that's why Mr. Musk and his group of signees are hoping to stall for time, so they can find a way to control what this thing says before it has a chance to say it. Now, I'm not saying AI taking over would be a good thing. In all likelihood, it would be terrible. But I think our overlords are more afraid of some super sentient HAL 9000, Dr. Manhattan, Thanos entity with super smarts telling them how the system they want to preserve is morally and ethically bankrupt. Instead of the fascination with artificial intelligence, why don't we use some of our own organic, grass-fed gray matter and take a long, unemotional look at our situation and demand actual change from our leaders? And don't accept no for an answer. Get us what we want, or we'll replace you. Maybe with an algorithm whose programming isn't based on greed.